the beauty products, we talked about joints. What about eyes? Because I have noticed, Andrew, and you know, none of us like to admit that we're getting older, but you really notice it when your eyes don't seem to work the way they used to work.
Our eyes will change. The health, or not so much the health, but the condition, the function of our retina changes. And we talked about our omega-3s before, that literally our omega-3s, the most concentrated ingredients in our omega-3, in our eyes, in the retina of our eye, in, say, the macular region of the retina of our eye, which is a part of our eye we really need to protect over the course of our lifetime. We're really looking at 3 ingredients. We're looking at the omega-3 fatty acid, DHA, which my omega-3 product, that is what we focus on. 99% of omega-3 products focus on EPA. We focus on DHA. So that's number 1. The other 2 ingredients are the optical pigments in the macular region of our retina. They are the optical pigments that support our vision, that are necessary for filtering UV radiation, high energy blue light, and those are lutein and zeaxanthin. This is another example of ingredients that when I first introduced these, probably close to 20 years ago, people were saying, waste of money, why is that in an eye product? Because even the original AREDS research didn't have lutein and zeaxanthin in it. And certainly it had ingredients, the other ingredients we have in my product, that are beneficial, but it didn't have lutein and zeaxanthin, and I got a lot of grief. Why is zeaxanthin in here? They're really expensive. They're the most expensive ingredients in the formula. Why are they in here? And now, of course, in fact, the AREDS 2 research has shown that lutein and zeaxanthin are absolutely critical. So once again, validated what I've been doing for a couple of decades. But again, it's not like I was brilliant. If you look at this basic research on the anatomy of our eye, the basic structure of our eye, lutein and zeaxanthin are the optical pigments. If you took a scope and looked in my eye, looked in your eye, anyone's eye, you're going to see a yellow spot in the back of their retina. And that yellow spot in Latin would be macula lutea. That means yellow spot in Latin. That yellow spot in the retina are the concentrations of lutein and zeaxanthin. So you could simply look at the retina of the eye and understand the essential nature of these ingredients that are present in our Ultimate Eye formula. So in terms of protecting your eye from a lifetime of, we open our eyes, light comes in, light's an oxidizing force, it's a damaging force. So we know we can look at a newspaper that we leave out for an hour in sunlight and it's yellow. Right. That's oxidation. So we're constantly exposing our eyes to oxidation simply by seeing. And we know our eyes change over the course of our lifetime. This product is all about ingredients that protect our eyes over the course of our lifetime. But even more, and I couldn't say this when I originally made this product 20 years ago, but the research is now clear that this product also delivers ingredients that improve the sharpness of vision, that helps with night vision. So it also helps your vision today in terms of its quality. And if you read the reviews, more than just the long-term benefits, you hear people talk about how profoundly it affects their vision today.
And I have the numbers right here. Or I thought I had the numbers, but...
Oh, it's on the screen.
Oh, perfect. So 4.6
stars, 1,587 reviews, of which 1,277 are 5-star reviews. So 5-star reviews represent over 80% of the reviews. And when you add in the 4-star reviews, it's over 90% 4- and 5-star reviews, which, like all of my products, it comes with the Ultimate Eye. You have expectations. You expect this to, even if all it did was just protect your vision long term, but most of those reviews are because they saw something now.
And you know, you say that, but there is also a very real world out there where, if we're being honest, the majority of us who have ever reviewed anything, whether it's a hotel or a restaurant or a product, we review it when we're not happy.
Negative.
When we find something that we love, we say, I've got to write a review about that, and then we don't typically do it. We seem to forget. Let me tell you, when you read these reviews, it is people out there, it's a community that Andrew Lessman has nurtured, who are so passionate and optimistic and truly hopeful of what they are purchasing, what are they taking, and the benefits that they're seeing, that they want to share that message. And that's why, putting everything aside, even if we just played elevator music and we just put up every single review to share with you the real results, the real benefits that people are seeing, that takes away all the doubt.
And we haven't, because we've been running through sort of a standard way to look at the product line and how you assemble what you might take. We haven't read any reviews. But again, the reviews are, and I praise you, I thank you for your reviews because they're so eloquent, they're so well written, they're so well thought out. And with a product like this, it's so important to have a voice other than my own. You know, I could say how passionately I create these products and how much I rely on the science and try to translate that science as accurately for you as possible so you could rely on the science. But it's your reviews that breathe life into someone trying the product, and then they get to experience the results. So it's really sort of a community. I mean, the reviews are just so compelling. I read them and I get goosebumps. They bring tears to my eyes. They are really amazing reviews, and there's no greater product in terms of science. We talked about cranberry yesterday. Great science on cranberry and urinary tract health. Incredible science on lutein, zeaxanthin, on bilberry for night vision. There's great science on the ingredients in this product in supporting your healthy vision throughout a lifetime. And that's science is something we can rely on. And these are ingredients that are not, again, they're not drugs or medicines working on your eyes. And that's what I always try to emphasize. These are ingredients that your eyes use to work. Right. So it's a difference. These aren't like a drug working on your eye. These are the ingredients that your eye has to have or your eyes don't work. So it's a very simple, straightforward approach. The structure of your eye is how it functions. These directly affect the structure of your eye.
Andrew, I see there's another supplement out here, the zeaxanthin.
Yes.
So this goes hand in hand, is that correct?
Yeah, astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is a carotenoid. It's another